What is going on, my beautiful people? In today's video, by the title, you're gonna know that my wife is going to pick out some deer products for me, and then we're gonna make some videos using the products that she chose. And I'm gonna be curious to see, I know she's watched a couple of my videos, so she's gonna have a little bit of knowledge of some of the stuff I've used in the past, but when she watches these videos, she doesn't really pay that much attention. But she really doesn't know much about hunting at all. So that's going to be really interesting to see, you know, what she picks, why she picks it, and we're going to go through that with her, you know, what her thought process was. So we're going to go to Bass Pro Shop, and hopefully it's not going to be too busy, and we're going to be able to see exactly what it is she picks. I'm going to film it. Typically I take my GoPro with me when I do that because it's a little bit of a smaller camera. But yeah, we're going to go and we are going to see what she gets. So let's go for a ride. Alright, so unfortunately at Bass Pro Shop they were playing music pretty loud and there was a lot of different people there. So we played the Bass Pro Shop footage with a little bit of music for you guys. That way you could see her picking out these attractants, these minerals, the various different things she did. But we weren't able to sit there and talk and, you know, go through and show that entire process. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to talk about what she picked and why she picked it. So Candace, what was the first thing you grabbed and why?
Okay. I think the first thing I picked was Vanish. First off, the packaging was pretty interesting. It looked a lot different than the other packaging for some of the other products. I picked this one. It's powder, which I know you typically use some kind of powder. You've used that before. And it says it has a blackout formulation. So what that means is that basically when you put it out on the site, it's not super visible, but it has a really strong smell, which will still attract in the deer, but it's not going to be visible to, I guess, other hunters, which in your case, you don't really have to worry about that.
Right.
But it won't basically deter a deer by being bright white powder all over the ground. They'll just think that it's a site that, you know, smells good.
Or if you're on public land, low visibility, I mean, people wouldn't be able to see it either.
Right,
so it's a low vis deer attractant, blackout formulation, tempting sweet flavors, and then it says it has a long range aroma.
Yeah.
So it's going to be attractant based off of that, but that's a pretty neat feature that, you know, deer or people aren't going to be able to see it.
The other feature that I liked was that it says it has 17% protein and 14% crude fat. So I felt like that would be good nutrient base to go, you know, to grow bigger deer. So, but the main thing for this one is that it's low visibility. So it basically disappears once you put it out and attracts the deer based off of the smell and the taste.
Right.
So that's why I picked that one.
Pretty neat. It's a pretty big, I would say this is a 5-pound bag.
Oh, probably more than that because this next one's 5 pounds.
Oh, so maybe it's a 10-pound bag. Yeah, it's a 10-pound bag, so it's a lot of it. I mean, this is probably enough that if you wanted to, you could make 2 sites, or you could just make one bigger one. They definitely use the generic marketing of lots of pictures of really big deer.
Yeah.
And it's a Wild Games product. Wild Games Vanish, which I haven't seen or used this one before, so it's pretty neat.
So the next one I got is by Rack 1, and this is for premium whitetail attractant, which seems is the type of deer you're trying to attract. So, this one I picked because on the back it has details as far as like a usage guide, and it says starting in June, which is where we are now, to go ahead and put this one out. And this one is the Scout version of this product. It says it's approved by Kiefer. I'm not sure who that is, but he might be someone who knows a lot about deer. So, but yeah, it says from June to November that's when this product is best used. But yeah, this one has 20% protein and 8% fat, which is still pretty good. But yeah, I mainly picked that one just because it said that this time of year was when it was best to use it, so.
Yeah, and I know I've used some of Rack 1 stuff before. If you haven't, or if I can find it, I'll link it in the tags up above. I know I've used Rack 1 stuff before, but I don't know that I've ever used anything from their Scout. I think I've used mainly the Grow and some of the Hunt stuff. You can see in here, and I'll make sure I do a close-up, it looks like there's almost like some sort of chickpea or something like that, some ground up corn, and then some other different stuff.
Looks like grains, corn, nuts.
On the
like
back
that.
it actually says what is in it: cornmeal, roasted soybean meal, rice bran, processed grains, artificial flavoring, and then natural and artificial colors.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of different stuff, and I'm sure you'll see by the close-up what else is in here. I don't know who Kefir is either. I guess that's something to do with them. Kefir Bros approved. So maybe I'll do some research on who they are, and who knows, maybe we'll make a video about the Kefir Bros.
Yep. This one, however, doesn't seem to have a super strong flavoring, like not any type of unique flavoring or anything like that.
It just smells like corn to me.
It was probably just a corn-based attractant.
Yeah,
So.
cornmeal is definitely the base in this.
Yeah.
Which we know they'll come up to anything corn related.
Yeah.
But no pictures of deer on this one, just the product. All right, and what was the third thing that you chose, and why did you choose it?
So this one I chose because in a recent trail camera video, we have pictures of a really big hog that's out on the land.
Yeah, I'll link that video up above. It was massive.
In the hopes to potentially draw in that hog, I picked this one, hoping that maybe we could get some more pictures of it. So this is what we've got going on here.
Another Wild Games Innovation product.
Yeah, so got some Hog Heaven attractant. It says unbeatable hog attractant, premium mix of the flavors that hogs crave. It looks like berries mostly is what the flavor base is for this one. Lots of pictures of big hogs on the back, going crazy for this product, so that's promising.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the hopes for this one is to draw back in that big hog and maybe get some more pictures of him. You'll probably make a separate site out of this, right?
Yeah, I'll make somewhere new for this, just to, if it does bring in a bunch of hogs, I don't want them near my deer stand.
Right.
But yeah, there's definitely lots of pictures of hogs on the back of this, some pictures of some berries. Now, I don't see, oh, it says ingredients: processed grains, molasses, corn sugar, yeah, natural and artificial flavors. So I don't think there's actual berries in here. It's just going to be a berry scented powder.
Yeah, something sweet, got with that molasses in it.
Yeah.
To draw in the hogs.
Definitely been a lot of Wild Games Innovation stuff that I've used before, and you can see a little bit of the powder right here. So it's not even purple or pink, which a lot of the times you get that with the different forms of Wild Games. I know their apple one is a little redder. They have some that are greener. They have a bunch of different scents, which always bring in deer. It's something that I love to mix with corn and did a lot early on this channel. Because these are relatively cheap. I think all of these were about $10 a bag. And the Vanish was what, 14? The Vanish?
17, I think, but
17.
you get 10 pounds, so that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
For double, you know, what you would get.
Right, and then we have one more thing that you chose, which
Yep.
I actually was really excited when you chose this. It's a little bit heavy, but...
So the last thing I got was a trophy rock.
Yeah.
I know that he's used these quite a bit before. And that the salt content in those draws in a lot of deer, and they last a really long time in comparison to the mineral, which could get washed away pretty quick.
Well, trophy rocks have absolutely everything. I mean, you can watch in the video. I'll tag it up above.
Yeah.
Just the amount of different stuff that's in these things. I'm sure everyone watching this video has used a trophy rock. If you haven't, you need to. They last a long time, and the deer will literally eat the ground out from underneath this rock once it's gone.
Yeah. So I figured we'll go back to the basics. That's something that, you know, a lot of people use just as the basic deer attractant. So we picked that to include as well.
Yeah. Out of everything, I mean, everything should work pretty good. I mean, I'm going to make a different site for each of these products. So if you're interested in watching that, if any of these products piqued your interest, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss when these videos go up. It'll be a couple weeks after you see this video. I got another video, or I have a couple videos coming up, and then this one, and then these will start coming out. So it'll be a couple weeks. But by the time you see this video, it'll probably just be 1 or 2 weeks before these start rolling out. But again, if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that notification bell and leave a comment and see, you know, if you've tried any of these, let me know. I think most of these are new products aside from the trophy rock that I haven't tried before. So let me know if you've had success with them. And we're going to go ahead and we'll get these put out, and I'll start making videos on that. So I hope you guys have a great season. Make sure you're putting your stuff out now if you want to get that done, and we'll go ahead and get into the verse of the week. All right, so for today's verse of the week, this one I'm actually going to pull off of my Instagram for I Pray All Day, so shout out to them. But for June 20th, they have, for everyone who asks, receives, everyone who seeks, finds, and to everyone who knocks, the door will be open. And that's Matthew 7, verse 8. So what I like about that is it shows that if you put forth the effort into finding God, if you put forth the effort into finding the answers for anything that you may or may not be struggling with, or, you know, if you're just curious about something, you know, put forth that effort, try to find it in the Bible, and pray about it. Go to God with it and take it to God. You'll find those answers. It may take a while, and it may be on God's time and not your own, but you'll figure it out. And, you know, that's one thing that we always try to say is, when it's meant to be, it'll be. So anytime we have a big life decision, or anytime we even have small decisions, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll work out. And we feel like that verse really relates to that in, you know, if you're praying to God, God, you know, whether it's, should I buy this house? Should I take this job? Should I leave my job? Should I do X, Y, and Z? If you pray about it, you know, most of the time God will give you a piece about which way you want to go, and that's Him answering that question.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to it?
I don't think so.
No, all right, she's a little camera shy. But anyways, guys, thanks for spending your time with us today. Once again, I'm really excited to try all these out, and I want to say thanks to my beautiful wife here for helping me get this stuff selected. Hope you enjoy this little bit of a different video and picking these and why they were picked. And if you did like it, make sure you hit that like button. Give Candace a like.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, and if that's something you want, let me know in the comments below, and we'll have her in some videos in the future. Maybe she'll want to go get her first deer or something like that. Who knows? But once again, thanks for watching, and always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer.
You better answer.
Peace.